Hello and welcome. It's another power station from Bluetti. This is the Bluetti AC200MAX. Now this is a beast, this is massive. I'm going to start just getting it out of the box. Oh, my camera woman just had, don't worry, it's a butterfly. I'm going to get it out of the box, see what we get in the box, and then we'll have a look around it. So here we are, the box is emptied and this is the unit. It's a beast, it's 28 kilograms, it's a very heavy power station, but it has some features which you don't have on other power stations. I'll get onto them in a minute, yeah? In the box, so you've got the actual unit, you've got your instructions and warranty. You have got a little bag which has all the leads inside. You have got a brick charger. So there is your charger. Let's just open this, see what else is in here. You know what, I'm probably going to need the instructions for this bit to know what these bits are. So that is your other side of your charger, yeah? That's all to charge this up. What else have we got? We've got a 12 volt cigarette car charger. That's a solar panel connector, and another connector, not 100% sure what that one is, but we'll get into it, yeah? Right, so let's have a quick look around. Now come here, Mazza. The first thing I noticed, look at this.
Yeah.
Wireless charging. Stick your phones on top, it'll charge 2 phones at the same time.
Ooh, that's good, isn't it?
That is good. Now we normally do have a table in between. We have, where we are on this campsite, we generally have a table in between our 2 chairs, and underneath the table have a power bank, and we're always having to plug us phones in. Wouldn't it be nice we could have a charger each on each side?
Just put it down.
It's down here, Mazzy. Absolutely beautiful. So I love the handles because it is so heavy. Luckily I can lift that with the handles. I struggled with it in the box, it is very heavy, but I could move it around like that. I'm a relatively fit guy, but I've no muscle on me, as you can see. Nothing on the back, I like that as well.
Yes.
Now with a lot of these, they tend to be slimmer and longer. Look at the product, Mazzy, not me. Slimmer and longer, and you will have plugs at one side and plugs at the other. So when you put it up against a wall or something, you can't get to both at the same time. With this, you can, because you're not using these 2 sides. You're using this side, and that is your main front side. So, let's turn it on, see if we've got any power in here. Right, you're not going to be able to see this screen. It is we're in direct sunlight here, but there's 59% power in there. So the first thing which is different, apart from that, I've never seen one with 2 power sources on top. The first other thing which is different, Mazzy, it's a touch screen. I have never seen a touch screen on a power station before, so I'm quite impressed with that. You've got these covers over each port to stop a bit of drizzle, maybe if you keep it outside by, you know, and you forget it's raining. Stop any dirt getting in there. Whether they'll get on your nerves a bit, I'm not sure, I'll be honest. I do like this. There is 4. I'm trying not to kneel down on here because it's early morning and I've got white pants on and I'm going to get mucky knees. So you've got 4 of these, but the beauty of it is some go up, some go down. So your leads are going to go down there and up here, so they're not going to get in each other's way. So you are always going to have 4 ports, which again, usually you get 2 or 3 for a 2000 watt power station. This particular one is 2200 watts. This is where I'm going to need my notes, because as I've making some notes here, it has got a surge of 4800 watts. That's huge. I believe that might be bigger than any of the others we've ever reviewed. which means you can plug anything in here up to 2,200 watts, which, I'll be honest, will be anything in a motorhome or a van, surely. Pretty much, if not all, microwaves are going to work on this. Your kettle, your hair dryers, anything which you might struggle with usually, or definitely on a smaller power station, you're not with this. This can do the lot. And with that surge, what that basically means, especially for a microwave, for example, when you plug your microwave in, it might say on the front of it 800 watts. But when you first turn it on, it can surge right up to maybe 3,000 watts before it comes down. It's just like an initial input of power, so it will cope with anything. So the battery which runs this baby is a LiFePO battery, which means you're going to get it's a 2048 watt hour capacity battery, and it's a LiFePO battery, which means you're going to get at least 3,500 cycles out of this before it's down to 80% of its life, if you like. So this, I don't know what the guarantee is on it, but this will, I'll tell you now, this will last you 10 years minimum, probably over 20. So it is also expandable, which means you can add extra batteries to it. If you need more than 2,200 watts, I just can't see why, for a start. But there are people, these are showing a lot of interest from people who have camper vans or van builds, because they want to run their entire vans off these, because there is a connector, I believe it's this here. You can put an adapter in there. I don't know about this stuff because I'm not a van converter or anything. Something to do with this one here. You can buy an extra lead, which then you can plug this directly into the mains of your camper van battery system or whatever. So you can run everything off this. So there's a lot of people in the van life community getting excited, getting these for that reason. So as I was saying, you can have expandable batteries, so people in that situation might want to do that. You can have 2 extra batteries, obviously sold separately, which will give you up to 8, is it? Expand it of over 8,000 watt hours. 8,000 watt hours. Wow. So let's just run through all the charging outlets here. All the various plug outlets. So you've got 4 AC plugs. We've shown you them. Pure sine wave, fantastic, very safe, love it. You've got 2 USB type A's in there. So you've got normal ones and fast charging ones. 2 fast charging ones and a USB type C 100 watt, which I think they all need. Now, to be honest, I'd like to see them with 2 or 3 on there, because almost everything we're using nowadays seems to be type C. It's all moving over to it, so I'd like to get rid of these USB A's, the 3 amps. We don't use them that often anymore, and more of the type C's. But yeah, it's got everything you could possibly need there. You have got a 12 volt DC. We never use them, never know what they're for. I think they use them more in other countries than they do in Britain. A 12 volt, this is to charge it through your cigarette lighter, your car charger. And this one they are calling, I believe, a motorhome charger, which I believe that screws onto there, and then this will go in. I really don't know. This is something to do with the van builds I was talking about. So last but not least is on this side. This is where your 2 ports would be if you got extra batteries that would go in there. So I'm not going to be using them because I've not got extra batteries. This is where you charge it through your brick, as I've demonstrated there. And this is a DC input. Again, not sure about that. I think that might be where you can use this to charge the whole of a camper van if you get an extra lead or something. I don't know about that. I can only tell you about the things we use here in the motorhome. So that's the product. First impressions, loving them ports on top. Loving the handles. Loving the plugs having 2 going down, 2 going up. Loving the touchscreen. It's got everything you need. One thing I will say is it will charge on solar. I made a note of this. 900 watts maximum solar input. So how many people have more than 900 watts on the roofs of the vans, really? I'd say 0.02 or something of the whole world. Not many people do. So it should be able to take as much solar as you've got on your van to charge this up. Now there's 7 ways to charge this, apparently. Firstly, obviously your AC, which I've shown you with the brick. Secondly, I've wrote them down here, solar. Obviously I haven't got a solar panel with it, but you can charge it through solar, and you have got the connector to do that, and this is universal, so it doesn't even, you can use other solar panels as well with this one, which is a good thing, because some of them make you have their adapters on the end so that you buy their solar panels. Car charger, you can charge it through that. I wouldn't recommend trying to charge the full thing through that, but when you're driving along, you know, it's nice, you can just keep it topped up, keep it charging for another hour or 2 while you're on the road. 3 other ways you can charge this are dual AC, lead battery or generator, and then the last one is by solar and AC. So you can have your solar panels and your AC doing it at the same time, and as I say, you can have up to 900 watts of solar. It will take you 3 to 3.5 hours if you had 900 watts of solar going into this to charge it up to full. On AC it will take you 5.5 to 6 hours. On both, if you had, it's not going to happen though, is it? Anyone with 900 watts of solar and the AC in at the same time, you can do it in 2 to 2.5 hours. I wonder how much it would take if you only had one 100 watt solar panel and you had that as well as your AC. Probably about, looking at this, 4 hours, 4.5 hours. 20 hours through your carport. So 2 more of the statisticky things to get out of the way. You get a 2 years warranty, I've just looked that up. And it can make like 70 cups of coffee on a coffee maker. Or if you have one of them CPAP machines, which, you know, a lot of people who need them want these. It's quite a big thing for a lot of people with CPAP machines are buying these now. It will run one, if your CPAP machine is 40 watts, it will run it for 40 hours. Okay, just to put that out there for you. Right, it also has an app. I'm not sure how well you're going to be able to see this, but there is the Bluetti app which I have downloaded. I've put the Bluetooth on, I've connected to the Bluetti, I've opened an account, and it's showing me, I've opened it up, there's 59% of battery left on this, and basically you can turn on your AC and your DC through the app. So it might be, for example, you're in bed, you've got a fan on, it's a hot day, you've got a fan on there, and you just want it on until you're getting tired without getting out of bed to go up to the machine to turn it off. Very simple, just come up and turn your AC button off and the fan will go off. So it can be handy. Or you could even use it for having your kettle on, plugged into it, and then in the morning just turn the AC on, and then your kettle's going to start. So that when you get out of bed, your coffee is already made. Nothing worse, is there, than just waiting that 5-10 minutes for your kettle to boil in the morning. So I have just been playing around with this touch screen. Now it's nice, it's handy to have a touch screen. What I will say is it's not very easy to see when you're outdoors. This is the highest brightness, but you can actually adjust the brightness on here. I don't think you're going to be picking this up, are you? But that's full brightness, that's on. Sleep time 30 seconds, you can change that. Bluetooth turn on and off here. I'm guessing you can do pretty much everything. Restore factory settings USA. Well, I don't want to restore it at the moment. It's at 50 Hertz. Yeah, I'm going to have to play around with that, learn a bit more about it, but DC off. You can turn these on and off here. So if you're wanting to use an AC port, you're going to have to turn it on here. It's off now. It's on now. As I said previously, what excites me is the fact it has got 2 phone charging ports on top. I love that. I do love that. Let's face it, I know you're not meant to use these things as tables, but let's face it, a lot of people are. They're going to have this in between them both and use this, a phone each, to be charging. So, I've just done a little test. Now, I'll just put it on here just to show you. Doo-doo. It's charging now, and it does say fast charging. So, it's also saying it's going to be 1 hour, 40 minutes to fully charge this. It's at 40% at the moment. But it would be easier to use a USB-C to USB-C, because that is 15 watts, that is 100 watts. That will do it in 40 minutes. This will do it in 40 minutes. That will do it in 1 hour 40 minutes. So it's a lot quicker to use USB-C, but this is where it comes in, you see. There's only one USB-C port. Now, these are only, I think, 3 amps, that one. That's 18 watts. So you really want the 100 watt type C's, but there's only one output. And when there's 2 of you with phones, you can't both be fast charging on that. So, you know, just as a backup on this, it's nice just to throw your phone on and it's charging. I want to do one last... I don't really want to do any tests on this. You know, we've done them all on all the power stations. I've told you this will power pretty much anything. But I am just going to run a kettle just to see how many watts it does use. I've already plugged the kettle in, so I'm going to turn it on, because this is a new kettle to us, so we'll just see what the screen says. It shows you the output in and out, so 900, is it on? Yeah, 928 watts going out, and it's charging. So remember, this is a 2200 watt machine with a surge of 6000 watts. So you're going to be able to run anything off this. I'm not going to do the microwave test. There's just no point. This will do it all. How noisy is the machine? I never thought to think about that, but just as I was moving it, I realised it's on. It's making a noise. The fan is on because it's used quite a bit of power to try and get that kettle going, 900 watts. The fan is on. I'll tell you what, it's very, very quiet. Possibly the quietest 2000 watt machine, 2200 watt machine I've ever known. So let me just quickly round up for you. So this is a very matter-of-fact statistical review I've done for you here. I'm not going into too much detail. It is what it is. I'll tell you what I love about it. The 2 ports on the top, absolutely incredible. I wonder if the day is going to come where you're going to be able to get 100 watt on top. That would be special. 100 watt charging on your phone, which is like a type C. That would be very, very impressive. Sorry, a wasp. I love the AC outputs going the opposite way, so you can have 4 in there. The wires aren't going to get in each other's way. Love that. Not particularly keen on the covers. I don't think they're necessary, really. Maybe in some circumstances for certain people. If you're in a workshop, for example, and there's a lot of sawdust in the air, maybe. I love the handles. I do like the shape, but I don't like the size. It is massive. 28 kilograms is a lot. There are a lot of people who aren't going to be able to lift this around. But overall, I think it's very impressive. So we have reviewed Bluetti products before. We know they're good. We know everything they bring out is good. And especially now it's got a LifePo 4 battery inside this. It's up there with the best. They are in the top 3 power bank companies in the world, definitely. So highly recommended. It all depends on your needs, especially I believe from what I'm hearing on the grapevine, if you are doing a van conversion or have a camper van, these are very handy to have to run your entire van. Right, I will leave it at that. Thank you very much, Bluetti, for sending that. I'm very sorry this review has taken so long. I've had this quite a while now, but fantastic that we've been given the opportunity to try it out. And yes, it gets the thumbs up from the Travel Trolls. Thank you very much. Join us on the next one. See you all later. Bye bye.